So we've taken somebody that's applied for an online job application, but through Football Manager.
Yeah, to start off with, I did think it was a gimmick.
And we're seeing a team that just seem to be running out of steam.
They're playing for their mortgages, they're playing for their living.
The first month, it was kind of like bedding into the team.
I want you, Nathan, to present to the team.
Solihull in their back four defend very narrow.
So, see you on Monday.
There's people's livelihoods on the line here.
Do you know how many people want to work in professional football?
This could be a life changer for you.
So I've grown up very close to Wembley, actually. We moved into this flat in 2008, so like a year after the stadium opened. Growing up, seeing the stadium outside my living room window, and the arch has been ever present, and it's been pretty cool to grow up seeing that. I worked at Wembley Stadium as a tour guide, just took a lot of people around the stadium. I think with the Altrincham game coming up, biggest game in the club's history, promotion for Bromley means everything. From a selfish perspective, I think we do have to beat Altrincham, just so it'll be nice for me to go full circle. It'll be quite surreal, quite fun to go back.
My name's Miles Jacobson and I'm Studio Director at Sports Interactive, who are the team who make the Football Manager series of games. So for me, my relationship with football actually only started when I was about 6 or 7. And I just fell in love. But I actually really liked the maths and statistics side of football, even at that early age. Data is something that has really started being taken seriously by football clubs in the last 10 years. The early conversations that we used to have with clubs about the data was literally they would laugh. As those younger generation of people started coming through, because they'd grown up with games that had this data, they embraced it rather than fought against it. Nathan's journey throughout this process has been how much he's grown.
Bromley are well aware of the threat that Altrincham posed. They faced each other in December, 2-2 draw, a game that had absolutely everything. Shared 4 goals, 2 red cards, a last-minute equaliser from Altrincham. So Bromley know what they're up against.
Obviously a semi-final at home, sold-out crowd, and get the chance to play at Wembley if you win. So yeah, I think it's the biggest game for probably most of the players here.
I mean, in our league, we don't get a second leg. It's literally a shootout. All guns blazing. Give it everything you got for one game and then go again, keep rolling the dice, really.
I mean, the team that finished 4th and the team that got a bye. Dangerous team, dangerous front four. We're the second best defence in the league, so we know what we're good at. We know we're bodies behind the ball, out of possession. I said before, is a massive part of our game. They're a team that's going to come at you and they're going to leave gaps, and we can exploit them gaps. So we are great at taking the punches, soaking it up and then catching them on the counter.
Honestly, it would mean the world if we actually got into the Football League.
All the teams at the top are really good teams.
You realise what's at stake, not just for us as players and as staff and as a general club, but for the whole community as well.
So we just got to enjoy the moment, enjoy the occasion, and I think that's the main thing, just enjoy it and hopefully we win.
I mean, Altrincham have been on a really good run of form anyways.
This is making history for Altrincham.
We are currently padding towards Altrincham. Altrincham, I like to play a 4-2-3-1. They like to have their wingers be inverted, so they're going to be in like the half spaces, and then the width will be provided by their 2 fullbacks. Their front four is the most deadly in the league, over 50 goals between themselves, and they are a very, very dangerous outfit.
Afternoon, everyone. At packed Hayes Lane anticipates an afternoon of unscripted drama, the playoffs, a season's work on the line, the chance to reach Wembley Altrincham come into the playoffs on a 6-game unbeaten run, 5 of those victories. This is a meeting of the teams who finished 3rd and 4th respectively in the National League this season.
Biggest game of the season, one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in Bromley's history.
Bromley and Altrincham seek to reach the promised land of the Football League for the first time. And as I mentioned, the winner will play Solihull.
90 minutes from Wembley Stadium. Altrincham is a team that likes to pass the ball. They really are attacking in those areas.
Alti look to mount an attack here. Amalusor plays it through. But early ambition from Alti as now the Ravens look to get forward.
I think everything is working quite well. It does seem frantic, but I think that's just the occasion. We know the danger that Altrincham, especially their front four, possess, and we're just making sure that we nullify it to the best of our ability.
Cheek with the ball into Whiteley, as now they look to build down the right. Arthurs. Crowdhouse to Cheek. Crowdhouse again! Newby will get to this. Con Clark getting to the edge of the box, so is Amalusor. Newby pulls it back, and Con Clark found the room for the shot. It's deflected and it's taken in! Altrincham leads! Regan Liddy with the goal! Con Clark involved! But we're just over half an hour gone in this playoff semi-final. It's Altrincham who lead!
When they was 1-0 up in that first half, I knew if they scored a second, that was game over. We was done.
It's fallen perfectly into the pass of Vinny, their striker, and then he's, with a deft touch, put the ball in the back of the net.
Now we'll see how Bromley react. Can they get some service into their top scorer, Cheek? Oh, Osborne with the challenge.
It's a pen!
Some big appeals. Referee wasn't interested. Just feels like Bromley could do with half-time. It's Alti who leads. Sun shining on the Altrincham supporters who hope that their side can seal a place at Wembley this time. Bromley have it all to do to try and turn this around.
You're out. The season's over. If the season finishes now, you guys are done. That's your season done.
Don't come in the next day and then see you all next season.
And I really sort of ripped into a few of them as well. And I'll make no secret of it, Miles Weston being one of them. I literally ripped into Miles and a couple others because I just felt they was playing safe, and you don't win nothing playing safe.
There's no, we can catch up those points next week. You've got to get a reaction for the second half.
Players intent on taking their clubs to the next level.
A lot can change, and a lot can change very, very quickly.
Calmly done by Webster.
5 minutes down, had a couple of opportunities, 2 corners as well, so, starting well.
Another set piece for Bromley to try and make the most of. Webster's at the back post. Pace on that one, and the equaliser! Bromley at level. Miles Weston made the most of the opportunity, and what a big goal! Bromley at level in this semi-final.
Well, they've come out in this second half with a purpose.
The roller coaster ride of the playoffs.
Everyone putting their bodies on the line for the ball, and Westy knocks it in the back of the net.
We let them get expansive, we let them build confidence with the ball, and we set traps of them. Let them play, and then look to nick it off triggers that we've got and sniff out the triggers.
Tango in this second half. Another long throw for Alti to deal with, and not dealing with it. And it's another. June Arthurs this time, and this has turned around so quickly at Hazley.
That was some team talk, huh?
They've been brilliant this second half, Bromley. They have blown away Altrincham.
Well, whatever he said at half-time's worked.
I think it comes from the manager. We've got a sort of a never-die attitude, so even if we are losing, even if we are behind, we'll always keep going.
That control that they had is just melted away.
Completely gone. Completely gone.
Deflected, and it'll come out to Weston.
Gone.
Whiteley holding off Osborne, and Weston! That is a stunning goal! And this is
in a blockbuster moment from Miles Weston.
You know, good for him. He took it on the chin, what I said to him.
The gaffer singled him out and he didn't look upset about it. He looked actually quite... Yeah, I think he actually looked quite relieved.
But I wanted to rev him up to say, come on, we need you.
It's great man management from the gaffer. It's great knowledge of his players.
We were 1-0 down 15 minutes ago, and 15 minutes later we're 3-1 up. A team revitalised.
No one has put this club in the league in their 130 years of history. Con Clark. Oh, it's been passed back there. No wonder the Alti players are complaining. Definite pass back there. Nervous moments for Andy Woodman. It's a fantastic opportunity for Altrincham, this. Con Clark off the bar. Final seconds at Hazley. Bromley are going to Wembley. Miles Weston with a double in the second half. What a transformation. The Ravens are goal down at half-time. What a comeback, what a turnaround from Andy Woodman's team. Their reaction in that second period was quite something. Bromley will meet Solihull in the final at Wembley a week today.
What is Come on!
Brilliant. Let me just say one thing before you go. Wembley, that's not the prize. The prize is getting out of this league. Go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it, all of you. You and all, staff, go and enjoy it.
Just chuffed that I've scored today. I said, I can't end the season with no goals. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm grateful that I scored 2 today.
They've got momentum now, 3-1 in the semi-finals of the playoffs.
Part 1's done. You know, we've got part 2 to finish. See you on Sunday.
When he started working as a tour guide, I was like, okay, at least he's got something going. And then he got this job, and I was like, hang on a second. You left, Wembley Stadium, now you're working in Bromley FC. And plus, I've not been into Wembley Stadium ever since we've been there, and I've lived there 19 years. So this will be my first time in Wembley Stadium.
This week leading up to the final, I think is going to be a little bit more condensed, just because we've played Solihull like twice already in the last 3 weeks. Dangerous team to dispatch Barnet in the way that they did.
And that is a super goal. Stevens is in, and it's 2-0.
They've scored 8 goals. They've beaten the second best team in the league in Barnet, so they'll be coming into this game thinking they're the favourites, and we'd be happy with that underdog tag.
The important save. It is 3-0. Sabara to seal it. It's 4.
This week's been even more difficult than last because lads can sense they're close, they want to play, they want to walk out at Wembley. We don't want to over-egg the game as much as it's an important game. We want the players to go out there and play with freedom. And to win a game of football, you have to be prepared to lose.
In my prep, what I do leading up to games, and specifically leading up to the playoff games, was looking through moments from games and specifically players. This time, Joe would have given me a list of players just to look through some of their habits and traits and clip those. And then that goes out to the players just so they can watch it.
So in the Barnet game here, they were more direct compared to when we played at home. And the previous playoff game against Halifax, they still played out from the back. So there's sort of 2 different options of what they could play in the final, really.
So you're telling everyone you got us to the final, aren't you, hey?
That's what he's saying.
He's done a brilliant job, hasn't you, mate? If we lose, though, it's all your fault.
It's kind of building a repertoire in the minds of the players of what they need to have and equip themselves to win.
What can I say about Wembley? The home of football, a ground steeped in so much tradition. Every little kid dreams of walking up those stairs and lifting that trophy that you've been playing all season for.
I've made it that everyone meets on Wednesday at Wembley Stadium.
Just to get everyone comfortable with being inside the stadium and not be overwhelmed by the magnitude of the situation.
Take whatever you need to do for Instagram and all that, but if anyone posts it before Sunday, I'm going to fine you a week's wages. Listen, the world's a The world's a small place now. Everyone sees your Instagram, everyone reposts it, and all of a sudden, everyone knows what you're doing.
Sometimes you run out of superlatives for what Wembley Stadium means to football fans. It's hallowed turf, really, at the end of it all.
I don't think a lot of people in their career can say they've played at Wembley and even get promoted. It's not a lot of people.
I think it's good that we obviously do that. Get familiar of the changing rooms, where you're going to be, obviously the pitch.
You're more physically tired, because emotions are involved.
It was pretty cool. I mean, it was only, 2-3 months since I left Wembley, so there are a couple of people that I used to work with and that used to see me about in the stadium that I recognised.
And he had a little bounce in his step. And then it worked perfectly for him because someone said, "There's Nathan, how are you, Nath? What are you doing here?" So straight away his levels went up again. The lads were looking and he was walking around here pretty much relaxed and saying loads of people that obviously works there. So that was quite nice, to be fair. I caught that.
Even the biggest football clubs look for what they call marginal gains, where they're actually at a stage where they can't get 10% better every year. So they're looking at how they can get 1% better by splitting it into increments of hundreds.
We've got Nathan to look at certain bits, set pieces, what we can, any sort of nuggets in there, golden nuggets, that they do, what they do.
It's a cumulative effect, really. Those small margins, they stack up.
So Nathan may have said something, analysed something that was then passed on to the manager that came into the tactics during that match. And that's where these margins come into play, and these fine margins that affects football clubs up and down the country every single week at every level.
We're not staying at the same hotel. It's literally right in the hub of London. It takes all your mind off from what's coming tomorrow. I used to hate being in a hotel in the country. You can watch a man tee off on a golf course and spend the rest of the day worrying about Wembley. So I've put my team right in the hub of London. Look, it's only good if it comes off, eh? If it doesn't come off, bad decision. I've got a meeting for which I've done a lot of work behind the scenes. When you're in a hotel, when you're away from your family, you sometimes forget why you do it. My mindset is to take them right back to when we first started and look them in the eye and said, we're going to get promoted. I'm just trying to get another 1% at the guys. Okay, you need to get yourself focused now, right? What's gone on before, I want us to be relaxed, I want us to chill, right? And I want you to think all the way through this about your motivation. We knew we had to get to this day, and we've done it. 47 games, ups, downs, one cup final, mates. This is what you hold, all these people before you. 3,000 players played for this football club, and you hold it in your hands to get us into the league. These guys have all waited for this moment, dreamt of this moment. We've got it. And that 2023-24, it's going to be you lot, tear it now. I just need you now to finish the job off as a group, as you've done all year. Finish the job off.
So it is playoff final day today. I'm just making my way to the stadium early just so we can set up. Kick-off in 2-3 hours now, building up, and hopefully it's going to be a great game.
Once, a lot of people actually having Solihull the favourites. I mean, before the playoffs even started, we'd had a look, and not many people were mentioning Bromley's name to get promoted. For Solihull, we're just expecting them to play a similar formation to Altrincham. So in terms of players to look out for, Campbell over here, he's a handful up front. We've got Shade, who can play on either wing and even play up front. So you got Osborne, their engine in midfield, everything comes through him. And Stevens scoring the opening goal versus Barnett, and you've got Sparrow, that shows just how deep their team is and just where the threat comes from everybody. Not just their midfield, the defence is good, especially their keeper. He's pulled off some good saves against us. We're going to have our best shooting boots on to score against him.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to Wembley, where, as you know, footballing dreams can come true. But Bromley and Solihull are two teams that have never been in the EFL. One of them, a one game, one goal, maybe one moment from lifting that trophy and entering football dreamland.
The biggest game in our history today. We've done everything we can do. We've nothing as a club we can do now. We've just got to turn up here, We just got to express ourselves and show the world who we are.
Did you see people going around on the day with Andy Woodman's scarves?
Yeah, my family all got them as well. They've all said my teeth never look so clean and white.
I think it's like a life change because we've seen Nathan, that timid guy that never spoke. And when I see him here, he's involving and he's talking a lot and he's expressing himself.
Well, I think we'll do it. I mean, we've got a good run of form. I'm going
to be filming the match. Chris will be by my side, live coding it, and we're just going to be making sure that everything is recorded for the team just after the game.
Our final, end of a long season either way.
So Wembley in all its splendour for what is a special and rare occasion. A fixture that we can say with surety is the biggest in the history of both clubs involved. Bromley and Solihull Moors each hope to grace the Football League for the first time. Their eyes on such a coveted prize. Today, one of them will join the 92. For the other, it will be a huge opportunity missed. At this level of the game, the stakes don't get any higher. One team will make memories to last a lifetime. The other will want to forget it as soon as possible. It's sheer delight or deep, deep disappointment. Winner takes all, high-stakes football. In the two previous playoff games, the player of the match in both of those matches, now here by Stevens. Several forward here. Dennis was the player who had the shot, wasn't too far away.
Yeah, took it really well.
Weston now, who got a brace in the semi-final, loves to cut inside like this. Tries to shoot from the Bromley supporters and they go relatively close again. What a start, I'll tell you this time. This side have really started on the front foot.
Winning the ball back, not letting them have it easy and just going and attacking and being as relentless as we always are, and it's come up with two very good chances.
I spoke to Michael Cheek when at the end of the first season I was here. He didn't know me really. And I said to him, look, I'm going to take you to the league.
Solihull playing at Wembley for the first time in their history.
I kept saying to him, I made a promise to you, I'll get you in the league. It's now your time to take me into the league. I said I'd take you, but you've got to take me.
Cheek looking to get him behind here, and he has. Can he finish it now? Yes, he can! Michael Cheek for Bromley. So often, their go-to man for goals.
But we've spoken about him time and again finishing like that, and he's done it again on the biggest occasion.
We win the ball back and we break at pace, which is something we know we're good at, and something which we haven't done often.
And so it is Bromley who lead at the break. Michael Cheek with his 25th goal of the season. It is Bromley 1, Solihull Moors 0.
Let's go another 45 to play, and I do think that the gaffer is going to stress and keeping the intensity high and even just more intense.
But it's Bromley in front as we get back underway here. For these two sides with so much to be proud of this season, superb campaigns behind them.
Second half starts and Solihull look the most threatening that they've looked in the game.
Osborne. Sabara. Maycock. Sabara. Campbell. Able to get it out of his feet and push to Sabara! The perfect start to the second half for Solihull. Sabara with the equaliser. 3 minutes into this second half. It's all square.
And what good players do, Adam, they seize on the opportunity, they seize on the chance, they follow in.
Grant's made a decent save, but he's not been able to push it far enough out, and Sabara comes from everyone's blind side and scores a tap-in, really.
Seconds after the restart. Cheek waits in the middle. Oh, challenge here is a penalty! Cheeks won the spot kick.
He forced a mistake. It's a 1,000,000% a penalty. What a chance is this now?
Can he get his second here of the day? He can! Thumped it home! And Bromley are back in front of Wembley.
Celebrations for Bromley.
That all came from a trap set for when they play out the back. They were passed to the keeper. Cheeky saw it, capitalised it, got his foot in there, and the keeper's kicked him in his penalty.
Still a long, long way to go. We know how quickly football can change.
Maycock. Osborne. Still got it, Osborne. Good run. Fantastic goal! Captain's goal! The man born in Solihull has scored a priceless goal here for his hometown club.
Cuts inside, goes for a body of players. That is a brilliant finish. There's a lot of character in this Solihull Moors side, and they've showed it yet again.
I thought we'd blown the gasket a little bit. I thought we'd lost a bit of confidence. This weren't what the manager said. This is not going to plan. All of those negative thoughts that I've been telling you about other teams have, guess what? It's on our lap now.
Let's not take anything away from Osborne. It's a fantastic finish into the bottom left, but that's just something that's got to be stopped.
And what a game we've got on our hands here. Looks like it's Solihull with the energy and the momentum now, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, the momentum's with Andy Wing's team.
Maycock. Sabara. Campbell's in the box waiting for it. Benton on the edge of the area. Still Sabara. Bromley coming under real pressure now. I get the feeling they sense something could be coming here for Solihull. Just over a minute to go. We're in next goal, the winner territory here. That's a check back, that's a good ball. And Clive will bet one! And it's going to go to extra time in this promotion final as well. It's Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 2. Extra time to come at Wembley.
There was a sigh of relief for me. That was like, for the first time, we looked like we was struggling fitness-wise.
At this point, mental fatigue, physical fatigue are going to play such a huge, huge factor.
Relax, relax. Keep calm. You're fitter than him.
Making sure that you're communicating and the team is just still working well as a unit.
We haven't come this far. It's come this far.
We know we're a fit team. We know we can run.
Go and get yourself across the line. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
You just have no idea which way this is going to go.
Yeah, I can actually say that this game can go either way.
Bromley have been the better side at the start of extra time. Arthurs with the corner, and Cheek was in there, and it's off the post! So close! And they'll be thinking about penalties, some of them as well. In the back of the minds of the players too, as we reach half-time in extra time.
You guys, you feel tired, you look like you're tired, and they're all looking at me like those eyes. Well, guess what? Have a look at them. They're more tired.
Who's got that mental toughness to see these 15 minutes through? Is it going to be a mistake? Is it going to be a moment of brilliance?
Sabara hits the byline and might have gone down. In fact, did in the end, but the initial contact was outside the box. But a free kick in a really dangerous position. Could this be the moment for Solihull? Clark's made a move into the area. And the prospect of penalties looming large. Will there be one last chance to win this? Cheek, the space out wide, and that's where it's gone. Kirk, he's got Grant on the outside, he might hit it himself! Oh! How close was that? I can't believe that! Off the inside of the post!
I mean, how it hits the post on the inside and comes back out, I will never know.
And there is the full-time whistle. And this National League promotion final will be decided by penalty kicks. They just could not be separated.
I don't know if this went out there, but I got interviewed, have you practiced penalties? And I sort of said no, because I didn't want to give anything up. It's stupid, really, but it's just how my mind was. We practice penalties every day. We didn't stop practicing.
There's no pressure on you as a keeper. The pressure's all on the striker.
He would say that. And when I was a goalkeeper, when it went to penalties, I used to think to myself, well, this is my chance to be a hero.
But now it all comes down to a penalty shootout.
He cannot replicate the pressure.
And Solihull will go first.
So the gaffer's been here before, he's been in high-level football before as well, so he knows exactly what's needed.
You've got the best goalkeeper in the league. He will save 1 penalty, if not 2. Just take care of your business.
Shade against Smith. Saved! Brilliant stop! Shade denied! He got down so quickly there, Grant Smith. It's Michael Cheek to go next. 2 penalties in the regular season, scored them both. Can he do it again from the spot? Cheek! Oh, maybe a bit of fortune over that one, but into the back of the net it goes. And Bromley leading the shootout. Labadie to go next. Solihull a goal down in the shootout.
For me as a keeper, I've always found it easier to play in a bigger crowd. I think when there's only a few people, you hear every single word and every single thing that they say you hear. Whereas the bigger the crowd, it just becomes one blur.
Come on, we can do this again.
Can Smith do it again? Labadie this time. Saved again! Smith is inspired! What a save! Ashley Charles to go next. Saved this time by Hayes! There's hope for Solihull!
Did Solihull Moors need it? Yes, they did.
Campbell, now is when it matters most. Can Smith save it? A third. Campbell, that one's into the corner.
Now all of a sudden, the pressure is back on Bromley.
Olanola. That one's confidently taken.
2 more, just 2 more.
And Bromley have a 2-1 lead in the shootout. So much tension. Smith making himself big. Boateng steps up.
Confident penalty there.
It's the player who came through Bromley's youth system, Jude Arthurs. Can he hold his nerve? Arthurs for the Ravens. Great penalty. And the pressure's on this now. It's got to be converted.
Yeah, if we save this one, that's it.
Benton to take it. Oh, off the inside of the post and in. Oh my goodness.
And now what you've done now is you've asked the question of the captain of Bromley, Byron Webster.
And then when it come down to Byron taking a penalty,
You see him raise his eyebrows to the keeper as he tries to put him off and, just oozes confidence.
The man wearing the armband.
Us as footballers, we're good actors. You might be saying you're not nervous, but a few boys will be.
Score this one, then League 2, here we come.
Can he do it? Can he be the hero?
and as they say with the clipper ball, the rest is history.
Webster for Bromley. Scores! Bromley are promoted! History made by Andy Woodman and his players. A Football League club for the first time in their 132-year history.
I don't think anyone can blame me, but my first thought after elation had settled was to get down on the pitch, celebrate with everybody. So obviously we were running down the corridors and all the way down because we were the complete opposite end just to be part of the team. But it was funny at the end of the day.
A moment they've imagined and worked towards for so long, and now it's a reality. Bromley are a Football League club. Solihull, though, too, have so much to be proud of.
It was fulfilling just to hold a trophy on one of the most iconic football pitches in the world and in the history of the sport.
The emotions, the ups and downs of what we've seen through 90 minutes, through extra time and through a penalty shootout. These are wonderful scenes, and it's gone down to the wire from a winning penalty for Byron Webster. But I have to offer my congratulations to Bromley because they've waited a long time for this moment. They've been in a club on the ascendancy, and they finally done it. They can dig up that ball, G-pitch now, because they're going to the EFL.
Wembley scoring that pen wrote the names of every single person into a chapter in the Bromley history books, and it changed the trajectory of Bromley Football Club forever.
I was emotional for them, and they were all coming up to me saying, "We did it. You said we'd do it," which was great. You know, it was emotional. Emotional. I was chuffed. Yeah, it's just. You know it now. It's emotional, you know, because it's a year's work. So I was chuffed for them, really was.
This has allowed us to understand how technology could actually enhance, you know, recruiting through the unconventional way.
Football, everyone knows, whether you wanted to play it growing up or wanted to get a job in and around the industry, everyone knows just how competitive and how hard it is to get into, especially at the highest levels.
It can never be played down how difficult it is for people to actually break into the football world.
Hopefully, this kind of implores clubs just to look at alternate paths for securing new kind of talent which can help them.
And you know, he's done exceptionally well, and he should be proud.
I think we've helped bring supporters and football closer together with what we've done. And it's been interesting to see the journey that Nathan has been on, the way that he was treated, the way that he's now been accepted.
We left no stone unturned, and Nathan was a part of that. He's got a lot to learn, but why wouldn't he ever learn? He's come straight from an Xbox playing Football Manager to the real thing. I don't think we should underestimate how well he did.
At the end of it all, I was surprised that it was me, but you know, I'm happy because promotion on the CUE now.
I think if this process has given one young person or one person at home a general belief that they can get into football, then I think we can all walk away from this and say it's been a success. And I think it will.
The best moment of my time at Bromley, it's got to be Wembley. It's got to be that whole experience. And, you know, surrounded by people who I've respected so much in these past couple of months, and I like the fact that I was able to kind of demonstrate my ability to you know, exist in that space. This is the beginning of a long and arduous journey, and yeah, obviously kind of expanding my qualifications would help. I do hope that this whole experience for myself and being a part of Bromley FC has been a 0.1% for me in achieving my goals at the end of it all. I mean, I'm thankful for Bromley, you know, I'm thankful for everybody for taking a chance on me and you know, believing in me and supporting me and giving me an opportunity to be a good ambassador for everybody associated with this. I'm not gonna forget just how blessed I am to kind of have had this opportunity regardless of what happens next.